Are you looking forward to investing in building properties for either your own use or for rental? Then at Topites Electricals and Electricians, we will help you cross that bridge. We help you with the electricians that we have, and we will always be with you every step of the way. If you already have the property and you want solar installation, we will definitely walk with you all that step and answer the many questions that you already have. WhatsApp number that is right here. Just let us know and we will definitely help you walk through that step. My top boss, are you looking forward to understand the material list for wiring a single room? We have already done that video. Check it out. The link is right here on the description. Let's get back to the video. My top boss, welcome to our today's video. We are talking about electrical installation in a bed sitter, as we commonly know, or a studio apartment. Now, in the previous video, we talked about single room wiring. We listed the material. For this specific video, we will go into details that you require to understand. Now, did you know that when it comes to a bed sitter, the first thing that you require before you can list the material is you need to list down the parts that you require to perform an electrical installation. So you need to sit down and ask yourself, what do I need to wire? First things first is definitely lights. You have several lights in the bed sitter or the studio apartment. You also have the power outlets, or what we refer to as sockets. And also another important thing, we also require to have a cooker unit, or we need to have wiring for an electric cooker. Another important thing is definitely the instant shower. So this will definitely dictate the materials that you will be using in that quotation. So having known this, you require to then go ahead and list down the materials. If you're getting value out of our today's video, smash that like button. And also from our stats, we have identified that majority of the people who watch our content are yet to subscribe. Don't belong to that list. You belong to this other side of subscribers. Thank you so much, our top bosses who have already subscribed and always consume our content. When it comes to lighting, power sockets, cooker, as well as instant shower, one thing is very, very common, and that is the conduit. So we need conduits, or what other people will definitely refer to as pipes, or we can say PVC. So we will definitely require that. When it comes to lighting, we require conduits that are 20 mm, because the size of the cables that will be passing inside this conduit is definitely very, very small. In many cases, you find that it is 1.5 mm or 1.0 mm. Right? So when it comes to power sockets or the sockets, we require 25 mm, and when it comes to cooker unit, we also require 25 mm. The same applies for the instant showers, because for this power or socket outlet we have 2.5 mm cables. For the instant showers as well as the cooker, we require, for the shower we require 4.0 mm, and for the cooker, we require a 6.0 mm. Some clients will say that that is too expensive. Did you know that a 4.0 can also work for a cooker? Because in many cases you find that for this cooker, someone will activate only the baking section, or basically the oven section, and when it comes to the shower, they will definitely be using either the hot or the warm. And you find that in a bed sitter or a studio, we only have one shower. So when connected, the only circuit to that wire, or sorry, to that cable, we definitely will feed it with a 4.0 mm, which will work perfectly. Now, just to reiterate that on this electric cooker, someone can activate the baking or the oven section, and in many cases you find that they will not activate the hot plate. So this means that that load will not be as heavy, and the 6.0 will work comfortably for that. So that is the list. As you may know, we have already listed the conduits that will be required. We have also talked about the cables already in our list. So basically what we are listing here is the conduits or the PVC. All right, we have said that we need 20 mm and we also require 25 mm. All right, another important thing, my top boss, that we need to note is definitely on the cables. And we have already listed the cables right here, 1.5 or 1.0 for the lighting and 2.5 for the socket, 6.0 of course for the electric cooker, and 4.0 for the instant shower. Now, when it comes to another important thing is definitely on the CU or the consumer unit. For the consumer unit, you may ask what size is the best. Now, we normally go with what will be fitted in that consumer unit. The first one is definitely an RCBO, right? So instead of having an RCCB connected here as well as a double pole MCB, we'll have an RCBO to work in that capacity where in case there is an overcurrent, or for the work of an RCCB in case there is a current leakage where someone is receiving an electric shock, the RCBO will combine those two functions so that we cannot have as many devices in our consumer unit as possible. So we have that, and we will go straight to having the first MCB, the second one, and I'm about to list the purpose in a bit. So top boss, if you're already finding value, that button for like, just smash it, my top boss. So the first one, we begin with a bigger one, which is 32 ampere. What is the size? What is the circuit that is connected to this? Let me know in the comment section if you are a sharp boy. Number 2 will definitely be a 32 as well. And at number 3, we can have a 20 ampere. At number 4, we will have a 10. No, at number 4, we will have a 5 or even a 6 ampere. Now, for me, I will leave the other one, and this will definitely be reserved for something else. So this one will just be an empty space, no connection right there. Assuming that in future this client wants to have something different apart from what they have, in many cases you find that they will want to introduce a heater. That heater probably is burning a lot of sockets or bringing a lot of issues, or cannot be connected on this socket circuit, so it will definitely be an overload. So what we'll do, we'll reserve another one here so that in case they want to introduce a heater, they will have a 32 ampere or an extra MCB right here. Assuming that the area is also prone to a lot of issues such as surges from the national grid, he or she can also have what we refer to as an SPD in that consumer unit. So if you allow the consumer unit to be bigger, it means that there is room in future for expansion. All right. If you agree with me or disagree, let me know in the comment section. What do you think about that setup? You agree? All right. Thank you, Margaret. That is our top boss, Maggie, right there. I know you know her and you also love her from the videos you've been watching. Now, apart from that, we need to understand that not every studio should be fitted with a 4-way consumer unit, because many people prefer to go that route. But I will not go that route in case we require to have something extra in the near future. All right, moving on, my top boss. Is there anything that I'm forgetting, Margaret? Nothing. All right, moving on from the consumer unit as well as the MCBs that we have listed. These are MCBs. Number 1, 32, like we said, is for the cooker. Number 2 is for the instant shower. Number 3, which is a 20, will be reserved for the sockets. And the last but not least, the 5 ampere will be reserved for lighting. So when it comes to listing the material for your customer who requires a quotation, which we said you have to charge for that quotation, you need, unless you're the customer that is watching this video, you need to have a 5 ampere, just one for the lighting. All right, moving on, we go to number 4, where we will have the electrical fixtures. So for the electrical fixtures, we'll talk about switches. My favorite favorite aspect if you have already watched our videos. We require a one gang, one way switch. One gang, one way switch. And we also require a two gang, two way switch. And we also require a one gang, two way. So now you may ask me, John, where are you putting these switches? First of all, in the bathroom, we will require a one gang, one way. Many people will go with two way, but it is not necessary. Now, inside the bed sitter or the studio, you might have that bulb, which is at the main spot where people are definitely sharing a meal. Of course, we know that there is a bed somewhere there, but we will have a bulb right here. So we have this sketch where I will demonstrate why we need these switches that we have listed here. First of all, we said we have one gang, one way switch, two gang, one way switch, and we also have one gang, two way switch. Why do we need this type of switches? We will switch on at this point, and when they decide to retire to the bed, they will switch off at this point, making that a one gang, two way switch. So we will require two of those. All right. So definitely when you are listing the materials, you have two pieces of one gang, two way. And then for this bathroom, we require only a one gang switch. We also require another switch which is referred to as a DP switch. Top boss, what is a DP in full? Let me know in the comment section. So this DP switch will definitely activate the instant shower. All right. And remember, we say that the cables are 4.0, so that is what will be connected to it. Now, this will only be a one gang, one way switch, which is right here. All right, so we have covered that, and we also require only one piece. All right, when we go to two gang, one way, where is that required, John? We require that in the kitchen. Now we have the light at the balcony, so this two gang switch will activate the light in the kitchen as well as the light in the balcony. Makes sense? All right, awesome. If you have understood that concept, I will be very glad to know that. Let me know in the comment section. Also, smash the like button if you have found value in that. Now, another important thing, my top boss, is that you need to understand that apart from that, we require important features when it comes to lighting. We require the material, and that is where the PVC comes in, or the pipework comes in. We require circular boxes. We also require BA screws. All right. Our top boss Margaret is reminding me, we also require circular box, we require BA screws, and we also require switch boxes. So the switch boxes is where the switches will be installed, or the sockets. All right, so we require that. Another important thing that we require. Now, you may ask me, when it comes to that wiring, why don't we require trunking? Because we are not considering surface wiring. We require wiring at the point where the construction is already ongoing, right? So we have to conceal everything in the plaster. All right, very, very important. Now, moving on, my top boss, we need to go to another important thing, which is the power outlet. Where did we have that? We had that in the electrical fixtures. So the power outlet, am I forgetting anything, Margaret? Okay, so for the power outlet, we definitely have the cooker unit. Like we said, we require the cooker unit, as well as another thing that is very important is the cooker connector. All right, so we need the cooker connector. The cooker connector is connected together with the cooker unit so that it can supply the cooker, assuming that this person will be using that in the kitchen. All right, so whether they will move in with it or not, or they will buy later, we want to make sure that everything is set in case we have a person that is moving in with that consideration in mind already. So we require that. And another thing that we require is definitely a socket. All right, so we require a socket, and we can have 3 of those. So the 3 of them can actually be double or twin sockets. So we will have one somewhere here, assuming that this person has a TV somewhere. We had our seat here, Margaret. I don't know how you go about it, but assuming that they have a TV section somewhere, or it could be somewhere here, the TV. And when they are charging their phone by the bedside, they can also have it as another socket right here. Of course, in the kitchen, apart from the cooker unit, we'll have another one. Making those three make sense? Awesome. Up to there, if you have any question concerning wiring in a bed sitter or a studio, let me know in the comment section. Now, having said that, my top boss, another thing that we require is on the lighting. We require a ceiling rose, or we also require bulb holders. So bulb holders that we require are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's something that we'll have here which is normally not a bulb holder, but it is what we refer to as a ball fitting. So I call it B fitting. So this one normally has that sort of a round cover, which in case in the bathroom, of course, it happens, there is generation of steam does not get to the bulb holder. Many people who leave that exposed, they keep on changing the bulb or the bulb holder, right? Because of rusting. My top boss, another important thing that we need to factor in is definitely that technology has advanced and we definitely require to allow for internet connectivity, right? So we need to give a space for that, because from the mains, the cables will definitely come through a different conduit for that line or the internet cable, all right, so that they can have Wi-Fi connection right there. Another important thing that we need to also have is definitely, now my top boss, earthing is very, very important, because when it comes to earthing, we are factoring in something that is referred to as the earth rod. So an earth rod will be very, very important for this case. But again, if these are rentals and we have the earthing that is set down there at the distribution board, will have one mechanism that will be used, not one earth rod, can even have several, but I'm referring to an earthing system that will work for these units or a protection. Thank you so much, my top bosses, for watching today's video. If there is something that I've missed, let me know in the comment section and I will be glad to share. Now, if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly go ahead and do so. In the next video, we'll be talking about the material list required for wiring a one-bedroom apartment. We'll be sharing a lot of things that you need to understand, and from there it will set the pace for how you need to list the materials for either two-bedroom, a bungalow, a mansionette, or a bigger house, or definitely an entire apartment. So that you don't miss this video, my top boss, be sure to subscribe, and you will always have to learn a lot when it comes to electrical installation. My name is John Gatehi, and this is Top Heights Electricals and Solar. Goodbye for now.